Did you know that a single bout of constipation can actually trigger a heart attack? It might sound strange, but for a heart worn down by the years, just one powerful strain is enough to send blood pressure soaring and make blood vessels swell as if they could burst. And the scariest part, no one ever warns you. In fact, there are many small signals from our bodies we tend to ignore, from restless sleep and weakening hands to a bloated stomach and a sluggish liver. All are whispers from a heart that is crying for help. But here is something, Mary, that will make you think. Why can some people in their 70s still walk regularly, sleep soundly every night, and maintain stable blood pressure, while others constantly face a racing heart, high blood pressure, and unexplained fatigue? The answer, sometimes lies in a simple mixture you can make right at home with just castor oil and Epsom salt. Not medication, not expensive treatments, just a natural, gentle approach, yet one recommended by doctors and researchers to support circulation, detoxify, and help the heart beat more rhythmically every day. And if you are still wondering if this is for real, watch this video to the end, because you will be surprised to learn how a few small changes could help you steer clear of risks like stroke, atherosclerosis, or high blood pressure. If you are looking for a gentle, safe, and accessible way to care for your heart daily, you have come to the right place. If you find this helpful, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on more useful, simple, and effective health tips for your golden years. All right then, let us dive in. First up, the incredible benefit of castor oil and Epsom salt. Lowering blood pressure naturally. In America, people have suffered strokes simply from ignoring a small sign, a nightly numbness in their feet. And sometimes just a basin of warm water, Epsom salt, and castor oil could have changed everything. It may sound hard to believe, but many seniors in America are rediscovering a peaceful rhythm of life thanks to this simple blend. Because high blood pressure does not always stem from salty foods or genetics, many retirees, despite eating well, still feel their hearts pounding like a drum every evening. It is not from excessive worry, but from the body accumulating stress, circulation slowing down, and blood vessels starting to harden. When that happens, the heart must work harder to pump blood, making high blood pressure almost inevitable. In a Mayo Clinic study, scientists found that magnesium, abundant in Epsom salt, helps dilate blood vessels and calm the nervous system. Meanwhile, castor oil, with its natural anti-inflammatory properties, helps the body relax, improves blood flow, and significantly reduces the strain on the heart. Dr. Linda Carson, an internist in Minnesota, shared, "I am not surprised many of my patients lower their blood pressure after a few weeks of foot soaks with Epsom salt and castor oil. The beauty of it is they do not need another prescription, just a gentle change to their daily routine." The story of Walter, a 76-year-old from suburban Seattle, is also remarkable. After years on blood pressure medication, still feeling dizzy and sleepless, his daughter suggested he try soaking his feet in castor oil and Epsom salt before bed. "I expected nothing," he recalled, "but after just a few days, I felt so much better. My heart stopped pounding like a war drum. It felt like the blood in my body was flowing more smoothly." It sounds simple, but if we ignore sudden fatigue or sleepless nights from a racing heart, the consequences can be severe. High blood pressure silently damages blood vessels, raising the risk of stroke, heart failure, and even memory loss. But you do not need to do anything drastic. Each night before bed, try fixing a basin of warm water. Add a spoonful of castor oil and a spoonful of Epsom salt. Soak your feet while listening to soft music or chatting with family. No forcing it, no grand gestures, just a little tenderness for your feet. Because sometimes what is best for the heart begins at your feet. Now for the second benefit, soothing arthritis to protect your blood vessels. Have you ever thought that the joint pain you feel each morning not only makes it hard to grip things or walk, but could also be silently harming your heart? That is right. Arthritis, though it seems like an issue just for your bones and joints, is actually a silent burden your cardiovascular system carries daily. When your body is inflamed in your knee, wrist, or back, Your immune system is on constant alert, releasing inflammatory chemicals into your bloodstream. And your heart has to beat faster and stronger to keep life going amidst that turbulence. Your blood vessels gradually tighten, lose elasticity, and the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and heart failure rises with them. Research from the Cleveland Clinic shows that people with severe arthritis have double the risk of cardiovascular disease. So caring for your joints, especially after 60, is not just for mobility, but also a gentle way to protect your heart. And this is why castor oil and Epsom salt have become a gentle duo cherished by so many older adults. Castor oil has ricinoleic acid, a natural anti-inflammatory that penetrates the skin, soothing painful joints without any pills. Meanwhile, Epsom salt, with its magnesium sulfate, helps muscles relax, reduces swelling, and promotes better blood flow. Janice, a 72-year-old from Arizona, shared in a senior support group. I started putting castor oil packs on my knees and soaking my hands in Epsom salt just because my daughter suggested it. But after a few weeks, I realized I was climbing stairs without grabbing the handrail. And the strange thing was, my blood pressure readings were more stable too. Many people are surprised, but it makes perfect sense. When the body stops fighting inflammation, the heart does not have to work so hard. Everything becomes easier, not just in the joints, but in every single heartbeat. If you are used to a dull, constant joint ache, you are likely also used to that nameless fatigue, that racing heart after a small chore. But that does not have to be your new normal as you get older. Just a soft cloth, a few drops of castor oil, and some time each evening. Wrap it around the painful joint, or soak your hands in warm water with Epsom salt. No big changes, no strong drugs, just a gentle habit, helping your body unclench and your heart ease up. Because sometimes the best way to protect your heart is to soothe that chronic pain in your joints. Let us move on to our third benefit, deeper sleep for a more stable heartbeat. Have you ever tossed and turned at night, listening to your heart pound like a drum for no reason at all? No coffee, no major worries. Yet just as you drift off, you are startled awake by an irregular heartbeat. It is like your body is running a marathon while your mind is begging for rest. It sounds odd, but many seniors in America experience this every single night. And often the root cause is not the heart, it is their sleep. When you do not sleep deeply, your fight or flight nervous system stays switched on. This prevents blood vessels from relaxing, makes the heart work harder, and easily disrupts your heart's rhythm. That is why chronic insomnia often goes hand in hand with high blood pressure and heart disease. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that people sleeping less than 6 hours a night have double the risk of developing heart rhythm disorders. But conversely, with deep, sufficient sleep, your rest and digest system takes over, blood vessels dilate, and your heart gets a proper break. And this is where that little mixture, castor oil and Epsom salt, can work wonders. Castor oil has a warming effect, boosting circulation and relaxing the nervous system when gently rubbed on the abdomen or soles of the feet. And Epsom salt, rich in magnesium, can soothe muscle tension, ease anxiety, and regulate sleep hormones like melatonin. Clara, a 74-year-old living alone in Oregon, said, "I never thought that just soaking my feet for 15 minutes in Epsom salt and rubbing a little castor oil on my wrists would help me sleep straight through till morning. No more irregular heartbeats at night. I wake up feeling years younger." Sleep seems simple, but if you neglect it, it can become a downward spiral that silently wrecks your cardiovascular health. The heart never rests, blood pressure never drops, and gradually, the body loses its ability to recover. Instead of reaching for sleeping pills, why not start with gentler steps? A basin of warm water, a spoonful of Epsom salt, a little essential oil, soft lighting, and a few quiet moments before bed. That alone can be enough to keep your heart steady all night long. Because sometimes for a healthy heart, all you need is to give your body a good, sound sleep. And now for our fourth benefit, detoxifying the liver to reduce the burden on your heart. Did you know, sometimes your heart overworks not because it is weak, but because your liver is overloaded. It might not seem connected, but the liver and heart are a dynamic duo affecting each other daily. The liver is your body's filter, processing fats, clearing toxins, and managing cholesterol. But when the liver gets clogged with junk, the heart must pump harder to push blood through a congested system. And over time, that wears the heart out. Many seniors still think a dull ache near their liver or bloating is just a digestive problem. But the truth is, a fatty liver and poor liver function silently impact blood viscosity, raise bad cholesterol, and cause arteries to harden faster. A study by the American Heart Association revealed people with signs of chronic liver damage have up to a 65% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, not because they eat too much fat, but because their liver can no longer filter blood effectively. And this is why the humble blend of castor oil and Epsom salt is trusted as a gentle way to dust off the liver. Castor oil, when applied to the skin, especially over the right abdomen, can stimulate the lymphatic system, helping the liver expel toxins through sweat and digestion. And Epsom salt, with its magnesium sulfate, relaxes the smooth muscles of the bile ducts, promoting better bile flow and easing the liver's load. Evelyn, a 78-year-old in Ohio, shared, "I had no idea the liver could affect the heart until my doctor found high liver enzymes and my cholesterol skyrocketed. I started using castor oil packs nightly and adding Epsom salt to my bath twice a week. 3 months later, my doctor was amazed by my blood test results." When the liver works better, cholesterol stabilizes and the blood flows more easily. The heart no longer has to strain to push it through sludgy vessels. Each beat becomes lighter, and the body feels like it can breathe again. No need for extreme detoxes or complicated diets, just a warm cloth, a few drops of castor oil, a quiet evening, and a little consistency. Let your body do its work once you know how to gently lend a hand from the outside. Because sometimes for the heart to work effortlessly, you need to start by easing the liver's load first. Benefit number 5, relieving constipation to reduce the risk of a heart attack. Did you know? One powerful strain in the restroom could be the final straw that leads to a heart attack. It might sound extreme, but many cases have been recorded, especially in older adults with a history of high blood pressure or heart disease. The body seems to be performing a normal function, but it is actually pushing the heart into a dangerous situation. Constipation, a seemingly minor issue, is one of the most frightening hidden culprits for the heart. When you strain, the pressure inside your abdomen skyrockets, forcing blood to rush suddenly to your heart and brain. If your artery walls are already weak, this can cause a vessel to rupture or trigger a serious heart arrhythmia. That is why cardiologists at Johns Hopkins Hospital always remind their older patients that keeping your bowels regular is sometimes the most effective, though indirect, way to protect your heart. And here, the castor oil and Epsom salt mixture again shows its amazing utility, this time for your digestive system. Castor oil has been used for decades as a natural laxative, thanks to ricinoleic acid, a substance that gently stimulates bowel movements. Meanwhile, the magnesium sulfate in Epsom salt draws water into the intestines, softening stool and reducing strain on the intestinal walls, all without the harsh cramping of chemical laxatives. Harold, an 81-year-old in Florida, shared, "I had chronic constipation for nearly 10 years. But since my son had me try drinking a small spoonful of castor oil in warm water in the morning, plus soaking my feet in Epsom salt at night, everything changed. I am regular now and no longer feel bloated. And surprisingly, my chest pains disappeared too." Many people dismiss constipation as a minor annoyance, but for seniors, it is a domino effect. Bloating, straining, a sudden spike in blood pressure. The heart has to take the hit. Once might be fine, but what if it happens every week or every month? No one wants their heart jolted awake at night by the consequences of a fiber-deficient meal. So start simply: a glass of warm water in the morning with a few drops of castor oil, or a relaxing foot soak with Epsom salt after dinner. No need to force it. Just be a little consistent, a little gentle, because sometimes for your heart to be at ease, you just need to help your bowels stay regular every day. And finally, our 6th benefit, boosting magnesium absorption, a mineral that is vital for your heart. Have you ever felt your heart beat unusually fast? just from mild anxiety, or after a restless night's sleep. It is not always a sign of disease. Sometimes it is just the body's quiet signal that it is missing something, a tiny but crucial mineral, magnesium. Magnesium is like the heart's backstage coordinator. It helps blood vessels relax, keeps the heartbeat steady, and lowers the risk of abnormal spasms. But sadly, research from the National Institutes of Health shows that over 70% of Americans over 60 are magnesium deficient, partly from diet, partly because our ability to absorb it declines with age. When magnesium is low, your body is on high alert. You might feel anxious, restless, or have a racing heart after a small scare. For seniors, this is even riskier because it can lead to arrhythmia, high blood pressure, and even stroke. Fortunately, Epsom salting, which is mainly magnesium sulfate, can help you supplement magnesium naturally and gently without needing pills or tablets. The best way, a full-body soak or a foot bath in warm water with Epsom salt. Through your skin, which is a living filter, magnesium is absorbed slowly into your bloodstream without the digestive irritation or liver stress that pills can cause. Lorraine, a 79-year-old in Sacramento, had a mild heart arrhythmia. Her doctor recommended magnesium, but the pills left her feeling bloated and tired. After switching to Epsom salt baths 3 times a week, her heart rhythm became more stable. "Not only does my heart feel calmer," she said, "but I am also sleeping better and feel less anxious. It is like my whole system has finally settled down." It does not have to be complicated. A basin of warm water, a few spoonfuls of Epsom salt, some soft music each evening. That time is not just for relaxing your feet. It is a moment for your body to quietly absorb what it is missing. Because sometimes what helps your heart beat steadily is a mineral that seems invisible, as silent as the breath we so often forget to notice. You see, sometimes the best thing for your heart does not come from a prescription, but from listening to your body and having a little patience to care for it every day. Just 1 spoonful of castor oil, 1 handful of Epsom salt. It seems so simple, yet it opens the door to a life with more ease and, most importantly, more peace of mind about the heart that has been with you for a lifetime. Hopefully, after watching this, you will not only remember these 2 ingredients, but also the sense of security that comes from knowing you can absolutely take an active role in your heart health, without complexity, without great expense, just with the right approach and consistency. Ask yourself, starting tomorrow, what will you begin with? Deeper sleep, a lighter meal, or simply taking time to relax with an Epsom salt and castor oil foot soak? No matter how small, it is a step toward a healthier heart. And if you found today's tips useful, please share this video with friends or family. Who knows, one simple suggestion could save someone from a late-night hospital trip for high blood pressure. And do not forget to drop a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Or if you have ever tried castor oil and Epsom salt, tell me how it went. I read every single comment, and I am really looking forward to chatting with you. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Wishing you steady heartbeats and truly peaceful days.